Good Sunday evening, meteorologist Nick Kelly here. First, right off the bat, we are making Tuesday a first alert weather day ahead of an approaching cold front. That should give us a decent chance to pick up strong to severe thunderstorms. The threat isn't looking particularly high right now, at least not compared to what we had back on April 1st, but the setup is there for any strong to severe storms that can develop on Tuesday to bring mainly a wind and hail threat for much of, if not all of the Ozarks. We'll dive into the details as we go along here, but first, satellite and radar kept skies quiet throughout the day and allowed temperatures to trend warm again, with many of us back in the lower to some middle 80s this afternoon. And even though it looks quiet across the central parts of the country right now to get the evening going, there is a frontal boundary patch just to the north of us as we get the evening underway, while, however, we are focused on the main cold front sitting out in the Rockies, which will come our way on Tuesday. I want to keep an eye on this part of the frontal system itself as we head into Monday, and I'll show you what I mean as we bring in Futurecast here. First of all, no weather worries for this evening. We'll still have a breeze on the light side out of the south, mostly clear skies to get the evening going, but as we go through the overnight, that south breeze picks up a little bit, brings some extra moisture in here, but only enough to bring us partly cloudy skies by the morning drive. Otherwise, we're looking dry to start your Monday out. I think we're dry through the rest of the morning and to start the very early afternoon out. Then the question becomes, how far south into the Ozarks can that frontal boundary to our north get in here? I think it's going to be awfully close to our far northern counties, mainly north of the Lake of the Ozarks. And if that scenario plays out, it could allow for a few isolated thunderstorms after 2 or 3 o'clock Monday afternoon to develop. But I'm not too concerned about these becoming too strong or too severe. But we'll still keep an eye out for this activity because if it can develop, we could get some marginal wind gusts out of that and maybe some small hail. But note how most of us will stay quiet through the day on Monday and early evening. Then we'll see if we can get some additional scattered showers and maybe a few storms late Monday night and into early Tuesday morning. Now let's talk about Tuesday a little more in depth here, because the focus for Tuesday will be that approaching cold front, and how we look going into Tuesday morning will greatly determine how the rest of Tuesday will unfold. A couple scenarios are possible here. This one I'm showing you here wants to bring in some morning showers and a couple of storms from the west after 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning, but even if that unfolds, those showers will weaken, allow the atmosphere to destabilize ahead of the approaching cold front, and that will give us a setup by 2 o'clock in the afternoon at the earliest on Tuesday to give us additional scattered rain and storms, some of which could be strong to severe. You can see how that projection by 8 o'clock Tuesday evening was a decent line of storms, mainly in the southeastern Ozarks by then, calming down by 10 o'clock Tuesday night, and then looking at a brief calm period as we go into Wednesday. The other possible scenario is we see nothing Tuesday morning, and that will open the door for most of the Ozarks to see strong to severe storms for Tuesday afternoon and evening. Given these possible scenarios, we're going ahead and declaring Tuesday as the first alert weather day for mainly the afternoon and evening, between 2 o'clock in the afternoon until 10 o'clock Tuesday night, and you can see how much of the area is covered under a level 2 risk for severe weather. I think the main threats with this setup will be wind and hail. I can't rule out some isolated tornadoes, but that's on the lower end of the scale in terms of how concerned we are with the threats overall, something that we'll still watch and sort out as we go through the next day and a half or so. In the short term, though, we're quiet tonight with temperatures still mild. 62 in Springfield, lower 60s for northern Arkansas as well, with a south wind at 6 to 12 miles per hour. Tomorrow, can't rule out a few isolated storms possible in the very far northern Ozarks. Think Lake of the Ozarks, Rolla, and northward. Otherwise, a lot of us are dry through the day tomorrow and warm. 82 in Springfield, 83 in Harrison. Hour-by-hour numbers will have everybody in the lower 60s to start your Monday morning out by 7 o'clock, and then pushing well into the 70s. A lot of us really in the upper 70s by about the noon hour on Monday. And then you can see these numbers don't look too far off, many in the lower 80s for your Monday afternoon, and still quite mild by 10 o'clock Monday night with these numbers still in the low 70s. I do think we drop back into the mid-60s Tuesday morning, and no matter how the skies unfold through the day on Tuesday, it's going to be a warm and windy day ahead of that approaching cold front, allowing us to see highs back in the middle to some upper 70s. But even outside of any thunderstorm chances on Tuesday, it's going to be a windy Tuesday lined up for us, with gusts tomorrow as high as 25 miles per hour, but sustained winds on Tuesday could be between 25 and 35 miles per hour, and gusts between 40 and 50 miles per hour. So we need to watch that as well as we go through the course of the day. Then we see those gusts calm down a bit, but still about 20 miles per hour, taking us through Wednesday, Thursday, and the rest of the week. And while that's going to be a warm, gusty wind through Wednesday and Thursday, look at what happens as we head toward the latter end of the week. Another cold front with another upper level disturbance will give us a chance for additional storms on Thursday. And then I think the front wants to hang around with additional disturbances coming in. So you factor that into the equation. Not only could that give us some additional periods of rain and storms at times through the upcoming weekend, it's going to force the numbers downward if we look at the extended forecast. Lower 80s Monday, mainly middle 70s overall for Tuesday and Wednesday, a brief jump into the upper 70s on Thursday, and then the downward slide into the mid 60s Friday and upper 50s for Saturday and Sunday. So it's still looking like this week will start warm and end on quite a chilly note.